Hello. Welcome gamers. It is Monday. As you can see right there, it's Monday. It's definitely, in fact, Monday. That's right, everyone. There it is, it's Monday. We're gonna do some more music composition today. Because I don't know what else to do. We're at that part of my streaming where I'm just like, what do? I finished Outer Wilds, I'm almost done with the game. And then, I started learning about music. But might as well, right? I'm learning stuff. Learn what a cadence is. Learn about chord progression, some stuff like that. Anyway. Welcome Stream Elements, welcome Yuka, welcome Foley, welcome Namai, welcome Tub of Insects, Potato. It's everyone. And this is today's image. It is me playing keyboard piano of some sort, and it will be on the screen. And what is this image? What is this? It's a yellow crinoid. Their name may sound like an alien antagonist, and I put a word in there that was not supposed to be there. Alien antagonist from a Star Trek episode, but they something. I'm not gonna read that. But there's some things there, okay? There's probably some stuff. Anyway. So what have I learned, everyone? I'm gonna explain. Okay, everyone's gonna be so excited. They're like, Wolfie, tell us everything you learned about music. We have to know. Show us your latest music composition, and it's gonna sound great. I will show you, okay? I will load up the project. I don't know what a cadence is. Okay, I can teach you. It's about chord progressions, okay? When you go from a 1 chord, you go from a 5 chord to a 1 chord in British English, because I've been watching videos from a British, what's the name of the teacher? I guess he's a teacher on YouTube. It's called a perfect cadence. It's sort of like, I don't know how to use words anymore. It's kind of like when you're ending a phrase. It sounds like it's final, you know? You go from a high octave, it's not an octave. You go from like a certain chord to chord 1, and then it's like, okay, so that's the end. That's the end of the phrase, perhaps even of the song. It's called a perfect cadence. But then if you go from a 4 to a 1, it's also very similar. It's not as strong as a perfect cadence, but I think that one's called like a plagal cadence or something like that. But then if you end a bar from going from anything to a 5, it's like an incomplete cadence. That's probably not the actual word, but like, it's like a question. It's like that thing indicates maybe there's more to come. You can't end from going from something to a 5, because that's just incomplete. Welcome, Namington. And here is the music I've done off stream. Okay, this is not one I've done off stream. This is what I did. I showed this last time. Okay, this was like, it's kind of like a marching kind of beat, sort of. Is the volume lower? It's the volume. I did lower the volume. Okay, you've already listened to this one, okay? This was before I learned various things. But even this on itself, this one was actually stuck in my head for some time. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, this is a little bit catchy. Welcome, JD. Let me just show you everything, okay? Everything, you can follow the progress. Example is this one. Oh, this was some random one that I did. It doesn't go anywhere. Example 3. I think I made this one on stream. It's like kind of noisy. It's kind of like not really going anywhere. It's like going up and down. But it's something, okay? And then example 5. What's example 5? Oh, this is the one I made off stream. Okay. Well, we got arpeggios. We got chord progression that's common to anime songs. So I've learned a few ways to compose a song. You could either write the melody first and then choose the chords that go with it, or you have a set of chords that you know you want to use, and then you just choose a melody, you choose the notes from your melody based on the first, third, and fifth notes from the song. But then you can use the notes in between as passing notes. So for example, if you want to go from like the third note to the fifth note, maybe you could throw in a fourth in there as well. There's a thing called where you like go below and then above and then back to the middle. That's a thing you can do. And this chord progression is the common anime one. This is called anime chord progression. Tub of Insects. Wait, do you change your name again? Hold on, who's Tub of Insects? There's only one person I know who uses SEC Channel 1 Stare. Wall Starer, is that you? Is this a different guy? What the heck? Anime chord progression. We have Royal Road progression. Instantly knowing a user by their one emote. No one else uses that emote in my channel. But yeah, this is going from the 4, 5, 3, 6, right? You can tell because it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then 5. Wait, is that wrong? 4? I did it wrong. Wait, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 6, 6, 7. Wait, what? That's 5, right? That's 5. Welcome, Soli. I want to learn too. Soli, have you done musical compositions? Do you compose music? You can make a new track today, and I can walk through everything I've learned. You can go from making a song that sounds like this to making a song that sounds like this. Whoa, or like this. Anyway, progression. I think I did the chords wrong. 4, 5. Wait, hold on. Did I use the wrong one? Where did I get this from? Example 5. What is this? Chord progression from 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this? 4, chord 4, 5. Yeah, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna play my own song. When you're making a chord, that means count the white keys. Not necessarily. If you're in C major, yeah. But if you're in some other one or some other stuff, yeah, I know. So it depends, because you can have what do they call them? Inversions. You can invert your chords. So like the highest one, this one could actually be up an octave. You can move this one up as well. So it's not always the lowest one. But I'm sure you knew that. You're very aware of music. What is it? 4, 5, 6, 4, 6. Wait, why is this so weird? What is this progression that I did? 1? It goes back to 1? And then... No, this is just... Oh, no, okay, I'm doing it wrong. This is not the progression. This is just a chord. This is... Okay, right. Because the Game Boy cannot play too many notes at once. So to simulate a chord, I simply just do an arpeggio of the notes that are in the chord. So this is actually 4, 4, and then 5. Okay, so I did do it right. 4, 5, 3. So this is 5. And then go down to 3. Welcome, Dopamine. You can change it with bass notes as well. Can you? And then this is 6. Right. Anyway, people that are not familiar with chords, we can start with C major. The chord is basically, you take this one, you count 2 up from this, so you ignore the black keys in C major. It's like, if you do a chord of C, and then this thing, and then this thing, and then if you do a 2 chord, it's this thing, and this thing. And then you can go up to, chord 7, which is like a diminished chord or something. And the notes in the chord usually work well together. So like you listen specifically, if I mute these other channels, and I listen to the wave channel. Right? Isn't that such a pleasant series of notes? Everything in this chord. Like if you do this, it sounds less good. Wait. Okay, ignore the fact that this is a different type of note. But like if you changed everything, it would sound bad. It would sound less good. It might still sound fine, but maybe less fine. Right, just like this from here to here. Right, dude? Actually, that sounds fine, actually. But this sounds better. Right, doo-doo-doo-doo versus doo-doo-doo-doo. Or if you did this. They both work, but it depends what you're going for. You can use them as passing notes. So like while these are fine, you can also put notes in between. If you're going between things, you can make it smoother. Whoa, that's a thing. And then, okay, then how do I choose the notes in the melody? Well, based on the chord that you're using, you can choose one of these notes. So like, let's just make a new song, everyone. Example 5, example 6. Right, let's just choose some chords. Cool chord progressions. Progressions that sound cool. What are the coolest ones? Any suggestions for chord progressions? Best chord progressions. Progression tier list. Chord progressions tier list. Has someone done this? Probably. Can I discover a new one? They've probably all been made already. Can we see what people have put for this one? Can I see people's? Maybe not. Let's just choose one, okay? This is like guitar notation. Just tell me the chords. Don't show me. What is this? They should use Roman numeral notation, so I understand. Okay. Good chord progressions. Beautiful chord progressions. Every musician should know. Okay, here we go. 1, 3, 4, 6. We could try that one. So here's how it goes, okay? We're gonna put our bass channel, the wave. We're gonna go 50% pulse. So we start from, we're gonna do C major because I'm a noob and I don't know what I'm doing. But you start from 1, right? As you all know, 1, you take the first note on your scale. Right, and then since we don't really have chords on the Game Boy, I'm gonna do an arpeggio. So we're gonna go 1. We're not going to 3 yet, but we go to 1, and then you go 2 steps above, which is here, and then 2 steps above that is here, and then you could stop there, or you could add the 7th, like 1, 2 here. Right, if you listen to what this sounds like, right, that's this thing, right? And then you could continue this. You could simply say you're gonna go chord 1 for a while, and then later you go to chord 3. As you all know, chord 3, you start on the 3rd one, which is here. And then, you know, these notes are the same for everyone, because like 1 and 3, so you kind of just do this and also this. And you can also, and then you're here, and then you're like, where do I go? I'm done with this. Where do I even go? Welcome, Ringos. You could go above. You can go to the 7th again if you want. You don't have to. You could even exclude it. What if we just exclude it? You could also go an octave down. But for now, let's just go up, right? 7, and then we go back here. Right, so you listen to this. Right, and then you do the same thing, copy it, and then you go to 4, right? 4, now this one's different, right? 4, you go like 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 is here, right? Then you just do the same thing. You go 2 up from that, so 1, 2 here, And then you go up from here by 2. 1, 2. Here it's Christmas, guys. It's literally Christmas. And then up 2 again, you go to 3. And then you can just repeat this. Alright, so right now this sounds like... Whoa. That's something, right? That's something. And then the last one is 4. Sorry, that's 6. I don't know how to use numbers. You go to 6, which as we all know is this one. And then you go 2 up from that. It's this one. And then 3. And then 5. Which is right here. Is that right? Go here. 6. 1. 2, 3, 5. Okay, so that's right. So that is our chord. Our arpeggiated chords. It sounds like this. Is this really a good chord? It goes from 6 to 1. It goes from 4 to 6. This feels unusual. Usually a chord progression would end on 1. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. Feels like Awakening DX coded. There's some things. Okay. Okay, so now that we have the chords, we can make our melody. We could just choose a random thing. Let's choose 50% pulse. You could switch them. Yeah, you could totally switch them. You could move some of these down as well. You could remove the 7th. The options are endless. Alright, so usually when you're making choosing a note to start with, you would choose the tonic. The tonic is known as the main chord, so this is a 1. So you probably want to start also on a 1. I'm going to use 50% pulse. No, 25. What does this one sound like? Sure. Okay. And then we choose some notes, okay? A good way to make chords flow together is try to find common chords, keep them the same. See, you're going from 1 to 4. You can see is common to both. You can try to keep them. Invert the F chord. Yeah, that's the inversions. I know. You want them to not be so far apart. Yes. I'm demonstrating one option now. Okay, and then you want to choose. So since we have these set up here, right? We know which notes will go well. So you could just choose some of these. Let's just go like, you know, start from C and then go to I don't know the letters yet. You go to the 5th. It's like there's probably a better way to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could simply just put notes arbitrarily, right? You could go from 1 to 5 and then to 3, because we know that works. Right? And then after this one, you go from now we're on 3, 5, 7. Right, and you can choose any of those. So you could go from, for example, here back to 5. Let's just jump up to 7, just because it's fun, right? Just fun. Unpleasant, loud noises. Put that there. And then we're just putting the notes in here. Okay, there's one way to do it. You just put notes at the start of every bar if you want. And then you could figure out how you're going to move between them. So let's say we don't put anything here yet, right? Here, let's go back down perhaps to like 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's here, right? And then now we're in a different chord. From here on, we're in a different chord. So this is the 4th. The 4th, yeah. Then you can go to a 4, which, as you all know, is here. Welcome, Ilarezi. How's the music going? It's going somewhere. And then what if we just did like a triple or whatever this is called? Just do this. Skip 2, we go here. It's probably not even that good sounding. But this one, okay, so what is this? Jump up by 2, and then what if, you know, you could go back down. And then maybe, now you're still in the same chord for this one. So let's go to, I don't know, we could go up an octave if you want. So let's go 6, and then you go back up here if you want. This could sound awful, or it could sound good. We don't know yet. I'm gonna play it at the end, and then you're like, whoa, that sounds kind of pleasant, maybe. All right, and then from here, we are in, what is this one? 6. So you can go to 6 here, right, and then 6. Mathematically though, yeah, we're just following rules. If I'd known that music is just a bunch of rules, I would have understood this much faster. I mean, you don't have to follow the rules, but it is one way to do it. If you're desirous to make like truly unique music, then maybe not do this. But if you just want to make music that sounds good enough for a game or something, you just want to make out some slop that's not like AI generated, but like is passable, you can do what I'm doing. That's my aspirations, to make some decent to okay sounding music that does not make you want to claw your ears out. Yeah, rule slop. Simply just follow all the rules. It's not going to win any awards, but it's there. Alright, and then what? And then you can go, it's like the 3rd. You can go down to 3 if you want. And then maybe from here, you can go back up. I don't know. And then you're like, oh, there's some gaps here. What do I do? What do I do with this? You could simply just put some passing notes in between. You're like, oh, this jump, that's okay. You want a good balance of like large jumps and like small ascending or descending things. I think this jump is kind of big. So maybe we could also consider changing this to be this. Now I know this is not in the chord, but that's fine, because you only hear it briefly. Right, and then here maybe you could go back down. Go back down to this one. Alright, what does this sound like? Probably awful. It doesn't sound that bad. It sounds alright. And then, I mean, you could make this one, you could go up, perhaps, to here. No, the rhythm is all off. See, here's the thing. You also got to consider the rhythm. You can't have too many of the same notes. I think this here is also maybe an issue. I don't like this, the way this sounds. This one, what if this was like this? Maybe back here. A lot of trial and error. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. What if it was like this? You could imagine this being like some kind of RPG intro or something. Some kind of, I don't know, something about this sounds wrong though. What's wrong with this? Like, these notes mathematically make sense, right? It goes from 1 and then 3 and then 5. It's fine. You see how different it sounds? Exactly. You could also move the chords around. So like, let's say in the wave channel, if you wanted to, you know, you could delete these if you wanted. I like it better with it. Or you can move them lower, right? This one, instead of being up here, could be, or the 5. The 7 could go down here. And then you can go up here. Wait, what was that? That's the 2nd. Wait, did I do this wrong? Hold on. This goes from 3, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2. No, that's fine. And this goes here. What does that sound like? what does this even sound like? Is this how you do it? I don't actually know. I've not really done chord inversions. No, that sounds weird. I think this going down to there is a bit weird. Isn't this? Oh no, it's a chord inversion plus an arpeggio, which is why it's weird. So like if you did this instead, it might be a bit less weird. No, it's the fact that it's an arpeggio that makes it weird. But you know, there's probably some way to make it sound not weird. I don't know, not a huge fan of this chord progression. Hard to switch patterns on an arpeggio and not have it sound weird, right? They gotta all go in ascending or descending. Otherwise, then it's not an arpeggio, right? Otherwise, it's not even anything. Alright. I think I could change this one. 5, we can go up to the 7, maybe. That's the wrong note. This one. No. Or maybe we add another thing here. Perhaps another note. So this is 5. You could go down. You could maybe go down to 3. And maybe this one, you could change that up and have this be, wait, is this wrong? This goes from here to here. Shouldn't this be here? Is that what it is? If this is a 3, what are we at right now? 1, 2, 3. Was this in the wrong place? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that was in the wrong place. What does it sound like now? Welcome him. Wait, that sounds better. Okay, one of my notes was in the wrong spot. This thing, I think was here. Or was it? It was up there. Wait, maybe is that also fine? Hold on. 3. No, that's also fine, right? No, yeah, that also goes well. But I feel like this one maybe goes a bit better. Does it? I don't know. No, this one should be here. We could even not have something here. It could just end on this note. I think we could add some spacing between this one and this one. Like this one, I feel like the note structure is too rigid here. There's not enough rhythm. It could go like here. Or maybe here. Or maybe here. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Any professional composers in the chat? Wealthy, you should do this. You should move this note here. You should be doing this. Follow your heart. True. What if I move this here? I think this was better here. Yes. Okay, and then you could make this one into what's it called? A freaking vibrato. I don't know how the vibrato effect works here. How does this work? Waveform. Depth. What does any of this do? Never really done this before. You could ever go up and down? What does that sound like? It sounds the same. What if it was like a 5? Oh, it's a bit much. 3. Hard to tell if you're in the right key for the melody since we can't see the bass at the same time. No, surely I'm in the right key. I've done various checks. For sure. Got to keep adding vibrato to each step. Get a more subtle tone. Like if I change, if I change this to like 5, this to like maybe like keep it at 5, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. It sounds kind of weird. Sounds kind of dissonant. People usually do 2 or 3. I don't know how many ticks per row. This is 6. 6 per row, per column, per interval. Yeah, this tempo is 6. I don't know. Maybe it sounds fine without the vibrato. That's fine. Alright, so this is like generic RPG music, maybe. Like a title screen, maybe. And then you could add like another pattern, okay? There's like various patterns. I've really only done like 1 or 2 patterns at a time. But you could also add, what's it called? Like, it's like counterpoint or something. You could add another set of things, like maybe down here, an octave lower. Which, you know, you look at this and you're like, oh, there's some empty space in here. What if we added some extra things, right? So maybe you have this, and then you could fill in some of the gaps here. So like you could just go up by like here, and then maybe from there you go up to the 5th, and then maybe before you go to the 5th you can go up to the 6th. You can go up and then down. Wait, that's a thing. That's a professional thing that you can do, maybe, to go up and down. Okay, I think it's a bit too close. There's a bit too much going on. It's too much. I think the octaves, I could put this. What do I do here? Why does this sound so dissonant? Maybe the pulse. What did I choose as the pulse for the first one? 25. What if I did a 12.5? All right, and then I don't know. Then you just go. You simply just go. Okay. I've also watched a video that kind of analyzed Cave Stories music, which I thought was pretty nice. They do a lot of arpeggios like this. They'll do like a thing where they just play the same note like several times in the bar, and then they go up. Okay, that was pretty cool. It's probably a common musical technique whose name I don't know. Try to make counterpoint, which is a lot harder. Exactly. I don't know what I'm doing. What if I did? What if I did know what I was doing? What if it sounded good? Let's go here. And then maybe you keep that note. No, you can go back down. Go to the 3rd here. Oh, this is already the 3rd. Okay, you could hold this one though. You could hold this and then maybe go up and then back down. And then you just hold it and then you go, this one is the 5th. So maybe here. And then you can go So this one is the 6th. You can go up to the 6th. And then here you could add some stuff, right? You could go from the 6th down to the 4th. And then maybe back up to the 6th. And then while you're going back up to the 6th, you could go here. That sounds awful. That sounds really bad. I think because it's like too loud. And lower the volume of this. There's too much. I think I need to... I could move this one up an octave. Try to have two melodies at the same time. Oh, I've done something similar before. Surely it's doable. Here. This sounds... I think this is up too high. Okay, there's the complexities. There's things that are complex with music. What if I move this down? What if maybe this was meant to be farther down? But then this is now the same as the bass line. But maybe that's fine. No, I think it's too noisy. You're right. But how did I get it to work in this one though? In this one though, I think this one it worked well. Right, this has two things. I think this one sounds fine. How did I do it for this one? What's the difference? Secondary melody is simpler. That one, your purple is a melody, green is making accents. Yeah. But I mean, like, they're kind of similar, right? What was the purple note? 25% decay? If you listen to, like, this one on its own... Different instruments. Yeah. And then the other one sounds like this. I guess they are very similar melodies. They are doing very similar things. Like one is going, okay, like when one goes up, the other one also kind of goes up. I think the only real difference between this one and this one is that when this one is holding a note, this one's doing like more complex stuff, which is what I tried to do in the other one. Like this one here is being held, and then down here, this one goes up. But then like these are different notes though. Like this is C, and that is not. It could also be maybe the instrument. What if I try different instruments? Example 6. Okay, we're gonna move this back here. And okay, so this one we used what's it called? Short pulses. This one. What does this sound like? No. Or what if okay, maybe duty 2. Instead of using the notes that are held, maybe that's the problem. That if I use a short pulse, here. And then I should move this back up, because otherwise it's in the same kind of region as the bass. Alright, so this goes up. I don't think it sounds as good, but it sounded better than what we had. I think now because this thing is not being held, it sounds a bit weird for these to just like short beeps. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I guess if you have multiple things that are holding notes at the same time, it sounds a bit weird. If you have one that's like holding and one that's like short notes, I want to focus on notes and the harmony. Welcome, Markler. What does that mean specifically? So like the harmony should not really be holding notes as much. So like here, I could go up and then we could add, since these are not being held anymore, they could simply just play the same thing. The harmony would be the arpeggios. I think the arpeggios for me are kind of like a substitute for chords. You can't really have chords when you only have 4 channels. No, this is too much. Whatever I did there, that's too much. Oh, maybe it's fine. Maybe I just don't have... Well, then what do I do with duty channel 2, though? Harmony means... Okay, so this is a different thing. This is like counterpoint. Welcome, Sakura Rose, 1008. Okay, what have I changed here? This. I think this sounds fine. This here. Problem with holding notes isn't that holding notes together sounds bad. They need to match everything at the same time. True. True, because if you have they're playing different things, it doesn't sound as good. Okay, well, I mean, that's something. These models are super cute, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Okay, so this is something, right? And then you could add another pattern, which is kind of similar, but you change some stuff around, perhaps. You could also add some percussion, maybe. You could add a drum. You could add something, some kind of thing. Alright, so from this, what do I want to do? So the second phrase maybe is similar to the first one, but you change like a few things around. Or it could be the exact same, that would also work. But what if you changed a little bit? So we can go copy the entire old thing and paste it. And now what do we do? So how does this go? This goes like this. So what if this one, instead of going what if this one went, maybe we keep this part the same, and then this part, how does this part go? And then instead of here, what if it went up? No, maybe. Or maybe it goes here and then down to here. No, that sounds weird. What do I do with this? What do I do with it? Maybe this one could go up even more. What if this one was here? But that's so high up though. What if this one goes here? That sounds weird. That also sounds weird. What would you do if you were in this situation? How do I vary this? What if instead of going up here, it was here. And that's not there. One thing a lot of music does repeat, but move everything up by one scale letter. So I could move all of this up, but it's no longer. What do you mean, like on the chord? So like if instead of I can move this up by 2. That sounds kind of weird. Or what if I move everything down? What if I move this down? Oh wait, I was moving the wrong thing. I was moving pattern 1. Adjust them so they're still okay. So if I move everything up, but then they would no longer be the chord notes. But maybe that's fine. So this one goes up here. So it's here. This one goes up here. Here. Or I could just move them by 2 so that they would be on the chords. Alright, but then... Oh, I see. And then these ones would then also need to be moved up. Or down, maybe up. Maybe this one also moves up. Maybe I move all these up. And this one, whoops, is here. And then something totally different. Okay, so instead of going here, what if it goes... What's the chord here? This is the 6th. So it could go maybe down to the 4th, and then up to the 6th. And then you could also do... What if it was like this? Or maybe... Alright, what does this sound like? That sounds weird. Something weird about this. What if we... What if you went down, up, down, but then you space these out, so it's like this. Something's not right about this. Something's strange. Welcome, old man diabetes. Okay, what if I did this? Okay, what are the chords here? This one is... I need to get better at memorizing, what this is like the 5th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. The 6th. This one is the 5th. The 5th, and then this here. Herm. Notice the 5th, but the chord is 1. The chord, I thought the chord was the... And the chord is the 6th. Yeah. Wait. Why do I have 2 of these? Oh no, I'm looking at different things. Hold on. This, oh, we have 2 green things. I'm getting confused. It's actually this one, which I think it's the same one. It's fine. It's challenging. Making music is challenging. I think this sounds too different. I think you keep these similar, and then the third one you change it up. This one you change it up a little bit. Later is when you change it up a lot. I think this is called the there's like 2 patterns. There's like a period pattern and a sentence pattern. This is sentence. Is that the term for it? Sentences and periods. I think sentences are when you go like A, B, A, C. And periods are when you do A, B, C. I watched one video on this. Phrase 1, antecedent, parallel period. What's the terms that I why did they make this so complicated? Sentence and period. Now why is this not loading? Ah yes, here we go. Sentence. No, that's a different thing. is this the same thing? Was I misled? Parallel contrasting sentence. Musical periods unleashed. I don't know, there's some stuff there. The antecedent? Oh no. Antecedent. Presentation, continuation. Oh yeah, okay, sentence, you have two things that are kind of repeated, and then continuation. Or period is basic, contrasting, and then you go back. Okay. That's the difference. I don't know, I'm getting mixed up. There's too much stuff. There's too many things in music. I think just like straight up, I'm not a fan of this chord progression. It just sounds a bit weird to me. Like maybe it's fine. It's also kind of weird. Oh, whatever. We do the next one. So the next one is when you really change stuff up. Okay, you could keep maybe the same this stuff. What if we made music with less things, fewer things? Continue. Welcome to Anodan. Mario Paint. I don't even have Mario Paint. Wait, it's on the Switch Online, right? I probably have it. If the chords don't inspire you, it'd be hard to find a melody you feel strongly about. Yeah, let's just throw this away. I'm not a fan of this. Example, let's do example 7. That's the spirit. Just throw everything away. Beautiful chord progression. What if we take one that's known and true, like canon in D, except in C? Canon in D's. Chord progression that might change your life? Holy. It's a big claim. It'll change my life? I think my problem with that one is that, considering cadence, that thing did not end on a 5 or a 1. It ended on a 6, which is weird. Strange. Is that weird? That's not weird. Maybe it's normal. What am I talking about? What am I doing? Maybe it's fine. I'm pretending like I know music theory. Guys, the circle of fifths. You gotta pay attention to the circle of fifths. Yo, welcome Zoli. Hello, hello. I was gonna ask what you're doing, but I know what you were doing. You were doing karaoke. Hope you had a good karaoke stream. Welcome, Zoe. Welcome back, Usley. Welcome, Tag Barrel. Sing for us karaoke. I know. Zoe did karaoke because Vacuously did karaoke. Here, let me sing for you right now with my music that I made. Listen to this. Check this out. Can I delete this one now? Whoa! Whoa! That's me singing right there. Doesn't it sound like some like RPG music maybe? Perhaps. Okay, but also listen to this. You gotta hum along. Do 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 do. There it is. It's immersive. Okay, but what about Family Mart? It's not really Family Mart. But it could be. It could be in Family Mart. And then, what about this? Whoa. I made this. Totally original song, not copied from any existing city pop song. Original. Totally original. And also this one. Yeah, no, it was original. What about this one? Alright, I'm gonna drink some water. Zoe, you should also drink water, because I know you did karaoke, and that requires sound. And you can recover your sound by hydrating. Alright. I noticed that I have a 0 technique. I'll have a sore throat tomorrow. The reason is probably because of muscles use. This guy's using his muscles. I would never. Actually, I used my muscles yesterday. I had to shovel some snow. There's a lot of snow. It snowed so much. You take a look at New York and you're like, holy frick. That's a lot of snow they got. I was using my standing desk to the fullest. I guess that is a good way to sing, you know, because if you're sitting, it's less good. And when you're standing, you get to use maximal use of whatever it is that makes music. Whatever it is that makes sounds happen. Anyone listening to sounds? He was dancing? Yo. This guy was dancing. Alright, so what if you chose... What was your favorite song that you sung during that stream? What if I choose the chords from that song, and then I make a song that uses the same chords? German national anthem? Alright. Chords. What does this sound like? Ultimate guitar. German national anthem chords. Oh, there's so many of them. What the heck? Don't they have like a standard chord progression that doesn't have 50 notes? Can't believe this. There we go. What is this? G. This is the same. No, a simpler one. Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay. Because like pop music tends to use like the same chords. They just repeat the same chords. For stuff like national anthems, they'll like switch chords like all the time. Isn't there like a more predictable, something that just has like 4 chords or like 5? Bohemian Rhapsody chords. E major, G7. Alright, I'm gonna ignore your suggestion. You could do Butterfly, like the Dance Dance Revolution. Oh, Digimon. Digimon. It probably just uses the standard anime chord progression, right? Digimon, Butterfly. Chords. What is this? Is there like tuning? What is tuning? This is like guitars. Like chords of music. Piano. I mean, I know they're the same. Piano and guitar use the same chords, but like, do they not have one that is simpler? What am I doing? What am I doing? What if I don't do that? Ultimate guitar chords, suspiciously guitar focused. Unbelievable. Chords piano. Butterfly from Digimon. Butterfly? I didn't know it could do that. Butterfly, I sure hope it doesn't, because it should not be flying. It should actually be in the food or in the fridge. And not in the air. Butterfly TV size chords. Chord diagrams. Can't believe I went and saw Reverb Mibstree and I missed it. I didn't even see that he had Reverb installed. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna not do that. I'm just gonna choose from a list of well-known chord progressions. 20 beautiful chord progressions you should know. This seems AI generated. Every website now is full of AI. Chord progressions you'll instantly recognize. What's a chord progression? Oh, my computer crashed? My display crashed? My... Hold on. Let me detach and reattach the HDMI. Alright, there it is. That was weird. Why did it do that? That hasn't happened. You're right, it hasn't. Wonderwall? Okay. Wonderwall chords. Version 2? Okay, here we go. It's an A7 sus. Sus 4. But I need them in Roman numeral notation. Because that's the one I understand. Wonderwall chords. Roman numeral. Roman numeral chord, understanding Wonderwall chords. Alright, here we go. Is that it? 1, 3, 5, 3. 1, 3, 5, 3. Alright, so example 7. I'm going to do our bass line, which has perhaps this. So we go from 1. We're going to do arpeggios again, because that's easy to do. Which one did I use last time? Did I use the green one? 50% pulse, probably. Maybe this one. I'm making legally distinct Game Boy Wonderwall. It's not going to be Wonderwall. It's just going to have the same chords. C major 1. So it's going to go 1 for arpeggio. You're going to do like this, this. And so we got 1, 3, 5, and 7, which is here. And then we're simply going to copy this, paste it. Right, and then I guess the next one is 3. Oh, but it's minor. It's a minor chord though. So you go like 1, sorry, not this. You would go from 3, so a minor chord would be be this one. What's a major? So major goes from. This is major. Okay, major has 2 black notes in between. Minor has 1 black note in between, so that's fine. And then you go to the 7th, and then you go up to the 2nd, which is the 7th. This is the 7th. And then you do the same thing, and then you have 5. Wait, these are all so similar, though. These are all so similar. And then I guess this one is the same at the end. So we'll put this here. And then 5, the 5th chord. 1, 3, 5. This is just the same thing. What are they doing? 5. I feel like this is maybe wrong. Maybe what I'm doing here is not correct. 2nd, 4th. So here's our arpeggio. That doesn't make sense. They don't have the 7th? Yeah. I just like to add the 7th because I think it's fun. Like, what if I just remove them? If I just get these out of here. If I simply didn't have them. Now, these are the chords in arpeggiated mode. Alright. I'm sure that sounds nothing like Wonderwall. But maybe to the trained ear, you're like, whoa, that's literally Wonderwall. And at the 9th, that's too much. That's too much for me. For a gamer like myself. Alright. So now we add some notes. It's the 2, but higher. That's too high. That's too much. Alright, let's do, what does this sound like? Alright, so, welcome Rainset. What is today's made-up story? What do you mean? Do I have made-up stories on my stream? Sticks. Okay, so the chords. 1. What are some popular rhythms? What if we just did... What if we just made stuff up? What if I just put notes arbitrarily? Here, okay, what if for this one, we choose the rhythm before we choose the notes? If we have a satisfying rhythm, that's probably good for something, right? Like, what if we had, like, triples? What if we had, like, 1 here, 1 here, maybe like this? I don't know what I'm doing. What are we doing? What am I doing? And this one, maybe you can go like that. And then this. And then something like that, maybe. And then here, and then, you know, maybe here and here. This one sounds bad. How about this? You're like, what is this, Morse code? You're right, it is. Okay, so now that we have a rhythm, we just choose some notes. Okay, this one. What if we just go here, and then here, and then this one, also here, and then maybe it jumps up to the 5th, and then this next one is chord 3, so you can go up to 3, and then maybe from here you can go up Maybe from 3 you can go up to 7. And then from 7 you can go back down, maybe. Welcome Nutritious. To here. And then, now what? Now you're back in, now you're in 5. So maybe you just go to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so when you're in 5, you could go to 7. And then maybe back to 5. And then maybe then you can go, so then 7 go to 2. And then you're back in 3, so maybe you go to 3. And then maybe from 3, maybe like a 5, and 7, no. And then you go from there down to, I don't know, there's something. That sounds bad. Why does this sound so bad? What the heck is this? This doesn't sound good at all. Did I not follow the rules correctly? No, my formulaic music. Why does this sound bad? I thought it should at least sound alright. I think there's like too much jumping. We're jumping up here. Maybe we need some notes in between. Perhaps this. Perhaps maybe something. I think this one's this. And then that's there. I got a G sharp in there. Do I? Hold on. Oh yeah, why is that there? Why is that there? What does this sound like? What's wrong with this? Why is, hold on. This should not be that. Got this one, and then we got the 5th. Wait, is that even the 5th? 7, 6, 5. Why am I on 4? Okay, what if it was like this? What, the 7th? Yeah, you're not supposed to leave. True, you're not supposed to end. You're not. Okay, the 7th has to resolve. That's the thing. You can't just end on a 7. The 7, as we all know, is dying to go up and be resolved to the 1. Isn't that the case that 7 usually goes up? You can use it as a passing note downward. As the 7? Yeah, if I like go up the 1. Wow, something's wrong with this. Oh, what if this one goes up to the 1? But then this is also a big jump. Maybe this goes here. And then from here, the 1, what are we in? This is the 5th. What if we go from here back down to the 5th? This is also the same note. Maybe instead of doing the same note, you can go down to, what is this? Where this one is the 3rd. So the 3rd, maybe we go back down to, oh no, but after the 3rd, you're in the 5th. So maybe the 5th is, it's already on the 5th. What if you have a passing note? It goes, what is this called? An auxiliary lower note or whatever? Like it goes down. Okay, but not there. Look here. Why does this sound so bad? What am I doing? How do people make things that sound good? I don't get it. Lower neighbor note is how I know it. Lower neighbor note. Lower auxiliary note. Maybe this is a British thing. I have been watching a lot of videos from a British guy who's been teaching music theory. It's like all the stuff I know is British. Auxiliary notes. Perfect cadence. Instead of whatever it's called in English. In American English. If you pick good notes, I don't think that's possible. You ever wonder how pleasant chord progressions are all seemingly based on human vibes? There may be an alien out there that hears those and think that's messed up. I mean, even like within humans, there are people that prefer, like, even in different cultures, they have different preferences for chord progression. Right? It's like in Japanese culture, they got their common set of things they use in their pop music, and then like in American culture, there's these ones. And then like, you know, maybe in Africa, they got different ones. A lot of stuff. A lot of things. Some people don't even use chords. Chords are like a modern thing, right? They're like made in the past like 75 years, maybe. Before that, they were doing, maybe not 75, but they were like doing other stuff. I think this a bit weird. What if we had this? This is too much. Whatever this is doing is too much. It's going up and down. What if instead of going up and down, it just went not like that? What if there was less of this and more of this? There's too much sevens. What do we go here? Here? No, that's not even the right thing. 7. No, this is the 7. And then what if it goes up? God, this sounds awful. I feel like I've regressed. What is wrong with this? What is this? What is bro doing? I think I need to learn how to do better rhythms as well. Because like I always end up with rhythms that are kind of just like this. Whatever this is. It all sounds the same. Everything just sounds the same. What if I just copy Cave Story? What are they doing in Cave Story? Cave Story's got good music. Got that one, right? That's a good song. That one. Everyone knows that one. Classic. It's a classic. Cave Story music. Cave Story sheet music. PX Tone. What is that? Is that the program that Pixel made? Sheet music. I can't really read sheet music, so I don't know why. Why not? No, you can kind of use this for like the rhythm. He made it after Cave Story. Was it? It was like based on the software that he made for Cave Story. Perhaps. What's wrong with this? What is the deal with this? I'm gonna blame the chords, okay? Wonderwall, bad chords. Why? What if they had good chords? My problem with these chords is that the first 3 are kind of the same thing. They're in the same like family of chords. You got like these ones are in common, and then like the third one has got these 2 in common. It's like that's boring, and then they only varied up in the last one. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blame the chords. The human vibes. Though you missed the whole conversation. That is exactly what I said. Doesn't even know. I have a favorite song or artist where it comes to melody. I don't know if I do. Do I? What would I say is my favorite song/melody? According to a guy who wrote a theory book in the early 1800s, those would be bad chords. That's what I'm saying. I thought Wonderwall is a well-respected song, and yet these chords are awful? Why does it sound like this? Isn't it supposed to sound good? What is Wonderwall? Yeah, right? I'm looking at this and it's like these are the same freaking notes. The only difference is the 7th. Get this out of here. Rename this Wonderwall bad. No, I refuse those chords. It led me down a bad path. Schoenberg wrote it in the 1950s too? I see. You want some better variation. I mean, like, I know this one's a good one. Like, everyone's suggesting this one. Isn't this the one that's used in like all Western pop music? Bassline might be doing a lot, probably. Yeah, this one's common chord progression across several music genres. This is a strong one. If I can't make a good song in this progression, what am I doing, right? And spam 1, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. What if I made a chord that's entirely just 6, 7, 6, 7? It's probably gonna sound awful because 7 is diminished, right? Example 7. Welcome Carabelle. Welcome Alessia 21. If you pulled chords out of a booster pack, what would you be looking forward to? 1. I feel like 1 would be the best one to get. 3 and 5 are probably pretty good. I would not want a 7. Probably not a 6. That's my tier list. 1 is the best one. Alright, let's do these chords. Okay, and what if instead of doing an arpeggio, we did a freaking different thing? What if instead of that, we did something else? What if we did just like what am I doing? One of these short repeating things. Alright, so we got 1, 5. Okay, so 1. Welcome L:Q. Good evening. Okay, what if we did this? 1. And then, like, I'm doing a very predictable thing where I just do like two bars. I guess this is 1 bar. Two of these sections is like 1 bar typically. I'm just doing like 2 of these and then like 2 of these and the other one. Is that too predictable? Maybe. But that's fine. Then you do 5. So 5 is here. And then you do 6, which is here. And then you do 4. Alright, so this, but you gotta make them, it's gotta be like, you gotta have like this kind of thing going on. Whoa, whoa. You don't have to start on the first beat. True. True. Oh shoot. Maybe this is too intense. What if we remove some of these? It's also kind of like, it sounds a bit unpleasant. No, it's fine. It's fine. I know the wave channel on the Game Boy has some weirdness to it, where like if you adjust the volume of the wave channel while it's playing, there's like some popping noises sometimes. Which might be what's happening here. Yes. Do you hear the popping? There's some popping. Whatever, it's probably fine. Okay, and now that we have our chords, and by chords I just mean the bass line, now we add some notes. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Okay, so 1. Now you don't have to start on 1, but I think it's usually good because it makes it obvious whatever this thing is, whatever the thing is called that you're in. Alright, we do 1 and then maybe, okay, let's set a rhythm. What if we copy a rhythm from a well-known song? Yeah, the key, of course, the key. Popular rhythm or melody. If we just copy a rhythm and change the notes around, no one will know. Is this a good melody? Maybe. What if it's awful? Melody is played on weak beats, syncopated. Very syncopated. Best beginner rhythm patterns. Best pattern tier list. No, let's just make one up. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna do this. What about this? What about a long note and then no, you can't start on a long note. Yeah, you can start on a long note. Okay, what if you start on a long note and then you do like one of these? No. A whole note and then half notes and then this. But you remove one of them and then you go back to half note and then you do another one of these, do one of these maybe, and then I don't know if this is interesting, and then you do this. But then you have two half notes, you have two whole notes next to each other. Okay, what if you did this? Is that interesting? I don't know. But okay, given this rhythm, we now just put in some notes. So we can go from 1 up to maybe like 3, and then maybe like 5, and then we go to 5. So we're already at 5. So what if we do 7? And then 7 goes up. And then it goes back down to 5. And then we're still in 5. So what if from 5 we go well, fine, go back to the 7 or 2. We go down to 2. At this rate, I give it 6 months before Wolfie accidentally replicates doo-doo-doo. That's my karaoke. Okay, then we're in 6. So with 6, it goes... What if we just go down to 6 here? And then from 6, it can go to 1. And then from 1, you can go up to 3. And then from 3, you could go back down here. And then last one is 4. So with 4, maybe go straight up to 4. Maybe do another 4. And then from 4, go up to 6. Maybe, and then from 6, maybe you go up, you go to 2. I don't know. And then you could add some, like, okay, what does this sound like, first of all? That actually sounds good. See, this is the thing. Chords, that's all you need is the chords. I think the bass is a bit too loud. Also, did I mute Duty 1? Hold on. This sounds alright, actually. It's all about the chords. It's literally all about the chords. Common advice to mostly follow the chords. Exactly. Well, I mean, if the chords are bad in the first place, like Wonderwall, then it doesn't sound as good. But then, you know, you don't have to follow exactly the chords. You could add some passing notes. Maybe this is a passing note right here. And then add one here. And then maybe this one can go down. So what does this sound like? That sounds good. It sounds quite good, actually. Now, what if our wave channel, what if we went back to arpeggios? Just because I think that's cool. I think arpeggios could be cool. Perhaps. Maybe overused by me specifically, but it could be good. Perhaps. Maybe. Or maybe it's bad. Maybe it's actually bad. Or you could do the thing where it goes like this. You could do like, instead of repeating the note, it could go up and down. That's a thing you can do as well. Okay, so this is 5. You can go up to the 7. And then this one can go up. Welcome hand flow. And then this one, you can go up to the 1. And then this one, you can go up to this. Look at that. That's something. That's something right there, right? That's a thing. People to say have mostly stepwise. Yeah, you have a good balance of stepwise and some jumps. But you don't want too many jumps, you know? Too many jumps in a row is too much. You do some jumps, you do some stepwise. And we could also lower this, you know? This right here, what if it was all lowered? Because these are up kind of like they're kind of too different. If you move this down, okay, but now this is all the way down here. Maybe that's too low. Maybe like jump from here to here is too low though. Actually, that's fine. That sounds good. It's probably fine, right? Well, what if this one was That's fine. It's fine. That happens all the time. It's always happening. Literally all the time. It's happening right now. Alright. I think this sounds pretty good. Now, what would you do on channel 2, though? Would you simply have... Would you have a counter melody, or would that be too hard? Well, given that this is using short notes, we could have one... Well, I guess we could have, one that's like held notes. Right? Because this one is here. And then what if we had, you know, this, and then maybe like this could play a few more notes, and then it can hold a note, and then I don't know what I'm doing. Here, do this, and then perhaps this, and then perhaps you go down to the 5th, or up to the 5th. Here, and then from the 5th you can go up again, maybe. Find notes that are shared between chords to hold. True. Notes that are shared. So you mean like going from this chord to this chord? If we have something in common from the 1, well, 1 and 5. The 5 is in common, so you could hold the 5, which I am doing here. What if we went here? And go here? No, because then now this one. Okay, maybe that's one. 5, we can go to 7. But then this is just going straight up. That's boring. Unless we added some stuff. What if we added... like... What if this goes up to 5? Oh, true. I always forget that you can actually do that. Right, and then this one, yeah, that's there. And then now you're in the 6. The 6 would be here, but also up here. So what if you did a jump from here? Is this too big of a jump though? 7, you can go to 2, and then 4, which is here. And then once you're here, then you do another, okay, so we're in 6, you can go to 2, sorry, to 1. 1 could be here. And then between 1, maybe you go to 3, maybe. And then in the last one, you're in 4. So you can go up to 4, which is here. And then 4 to 6. There. Hold on, let's go back. Why does the bass sound so loud? Why does this sound so loud? What is this? Because it's harmonizing with this? Is it because we have this and this playing at the same time? No, because these are different. I guess this... Okay, we do have... So this is being held. And this is also... The two of them together are causing this sort of harmonic effect. Perhaps. Octaves will reinforce each other. It's like it's now louder than the melody. Besides the volume though, I think it sounds fine. Sounds alright. Maybe, maybe it sounds alright. Alright, how do I make that not as loud? You can set the volume. Here's the thing you could do. You can add an effect. Set volume to 5. But then you gotta copy this for all of them. Put some auxiliary notes in the second melody. Exactly. This is here, that's there. Alright, I've lowered the volume. Maybe this sounds a bit nicer. Hold on, where's the noise coming from? The wave channel is pretty loud. What if I lowered the wave channel volume? The wave channel, we're using this one. This one's 50% pulse, volume 5. Maybe we use volume 3. And copy this. There's probably a better way to do this. I know in Pico 8 you can just select all these and then just like type the number, but it seems like in the GB Studio editor it only changes the first one, which I feel is usually not what you want. But whatever. It's fine. What do I know? Alright, it's here. Let's check the audio levels. I think this sounds a bit better. Okay, so but maybe... So okay, I think most of the volume was coming from the wave channel. If we can increase this volume slightly, I think it would be fine. There's probably some kind of hotkey where you can just jump to the next next note, but I don't know it. Alright, that sounds fine. That sounds fine. We can add some more auxiliary notes to the second melody. Maybe here we can go 50% pulse. Let's see, what do we do? We could, I think this one. This place would be a good spot because the main melody is not playing too much. So you can go from 1 maybe to 3. 1, 3, 5. And then back down to 3. This one, the main melody is doing a bunch of stuff, so maybe not here. Maybe this one is fine. Oh, they're both missing something here. No, actually, never mind. This one's here. But okay, so the main melody is kind of quiet in this part, so I can maybe put like something here. Go up there. And then this one, it's got stuff playing. This one's here. And maybe from here. Okay, so from here to here, when it loops around, it's kind of a bit of a jump, so maybe we can add some downward movement here. So it's from 6, you could go down perhaps to 4 here. That's pretty good. Well, actually, I don't know. Hold on. I think this one, there's another thing you could do. Instead of going stepwise motion, you could also go like above, right? That's what's that called? The auxiliary, upper auxiliary note. Is that what I want though? I don't know. Do I want that? No, maybe this is better. Appoggiatura. Appoggiatura. You ever think that it would be easier to learn musical terms if you were Italian? Because there's like so many like Italian terms in music. Arpeggio, portamento, appoggiatura. Got everything. Syncopation. Is syncopation an Italian word? I don't think it is. Welcome column. Arpeggio, pizza, pasta, spaghetti. What if we added some drums? Trying to improve the song. Portamentos. Portamentos. Me when I am I don't know. Me when the Mentos needed to be written for a different system, a console for to run. I don't know. Molto Bene, isn't that the Pokemon? One of the legendary birds? Alright, what kind of drum beat would go well with this? Any fans of drums? What would you do? Crash? Snare drum? What if we did snare drum? Snare drum. I think hi-hats usually go on the offbeat, right? You just copy this, snare drum. And then you do, what is the difference between an open and closed hi-hat? Closed hi-hat on the offbeats. There. Now that's a very boring rhythm though. How do I make this more interesting? If I had two of them. But isn't that like a marching beat though? Like what is this? What is this? Wanted to link this earlier, speaking of snow. Is this a photo of a region near you that has snow? It is. Dang. A lot of snow. NYC snowstorm 2026. Don't get me started, guys. You don't even want to know. Best weed deals for NYC Blizzard. Okay. Wow, this is November 2021. Dangerous storm hitting NYC. Look at this. Had no work today. Did about 8 hours of shoveling. Yeah, I shoveled twice yesterday. I was like, if I don't shovel early, it's gonna become harder to shovel. So then at like 1, maybe like 1:30 p.m. I was like, I'm gonna go shovel. The snow was already up like 6 inches. And then I went to shovel again at like 8 p.m. and there was already like 3 more inches of snow. It was a lot. And then after I shoveled, there was like even more snow. Like a little bit more snow. Did I enjoy the ice? No. No. But I did notice it was much easier to shovel like earlier in the day. Because like the snow hasn't had time to like harden yet. So it was very easy. If I'd waited like any longer, it would have been significantly harder. Roads here are completely covered in frozen rock solid snow. Up to the edge of the curb. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Okay, but this sounds good, right? Doesn't this sound good? This Sounds pretty alright. Sounds pretty alright, don't it? That's what they say. Sounds pretty good. Me when I say words. On my way home, I saw so many people shoveling at 4 p.m. At that point, it's Jover. No. Yeah, when I went out to shovel at 8 p.m., it was like, even though there was less snow, it was much more. It was heavier. It was solid. I tried to shovel my parents' driveway in the afternoon. A combination of less sun and how dense the snow was made me give up. I'll do it tomorrow. No, tomorrow it's even worse. It takes even longer. Was I able to make a snow something? I did not feel like doing it. It's too cold. I don't want to build a snowman. Sounds like a good starting area. The drums make it sound like I'm supposed to get a move on. What are some more interesting drum patterns, though? Cool drum patterns for music. Interesting drum patterns. I guess for music as opposed to what? As opposed to like oil. Best drum patterns every producer should know. 4 on the floor. It's in places. What does this sound like? Oh yes, I know this. Wait, how did they do this? So they got kick drum, they got hi-hat, and they got snare. Snare. Okay, snare. Do I have kick drum? I don't have kick drum. Where's my kick drum? One of these has kick drums. JBS demo? Does this one have kick drum? Kick. How did they make kick? Oh, kick drum is simply a triangle wave? What the heck? Metallic sound. Get rid of that metallic sound. Give me a freaking the kick drum. What is sub pattern? How do I do this? Sub pattern disable. Rename this. Kick. Okay, but how did they set this? How did they? Oh, no 7-bit counter. Wait, how do they make this? How did they make that? Kick drum. Oh no, the kick drum was actually in. Wait, isn't the wave channel? It's not in the. It's not in the noise channel. The kick drum. The kick drum. They have a hat and a snare. What the? Snare or clap goes on the 2nd and 4th beat, or 3rd in most pop music, if you count the thick lines as beats. Beats by Dr. Dre. The wave channel? The kick is in the wave channel? How did they do this? How did they do this one? Which one of these? This is the kick? This is what a kick drum sounds like? Hold on, what is this? Is that a kick drum? Damn, they got multiple things going on. So this one up here is a kick drum. What is this one down here? This one's just a square wave. How did they make it sound like that? What the? Continue without saving. Annoying. I think I need to restart GB Studio. It's lagging. It does that. It's always doing that. Alright, music. Example 7. Ah yes, there it is. Okay, so I don't know how to make a kick drum with the noise channel. It seems like they put it on the wave channel, but I have stuff on the wave channel. I've got this stuff going on. Well, what if we don't have it? What is this? Bass drum. Can a bass drum substitute as a kick drum? I don't know the difference. I don't know drum types. Nothing. What's the strat? What's the meta? The trap beat. They're basically the same. Okay, so I can just use a bass drum as a kick. What drum is your type in interactive quiz? Drum tier list. Okay, so 4 on the floor. We got kick. Here we go. Let's just delete the whole drum beat. Get this out of here. Alright, so this one. Bass drum implies marching drum or orchestral drum. I see. Okay, so this one. The kick drum is start of every measure. I'm gonna drink water. I'm gonna run some ads. I'm gonna hydrate. All right. I've done it. I've done it, everyone. No worries, I've done it. All right, we got this drum is here. And then we got the hi-hat is it's like every other, whatever this thing is. It's on these. And then we got the snare drum is in the middle. And then we simply just copy the whole thing. God, what does this sound like? This sounds so different from this sounds so different from this one. Oh, it's because the kick drum doesn't really sound like the kick drum. It does sound like Boots and Cats though. It's the same. It's the same thing. Okay, what are some more interesting ones? Trap beat. Okay, the Bo Diddley beat. Whoa. Hey, this is like the one they use in like Tarzan or whatever. The Jungle Book. The 2-beat. 2-beat, isn't that the one from Nier Automata? Okay, this one's the most basic beat, right? Everyone knows that. Boom Bap. That's the rap one. Use that in rap. Dembow. Dembo. The one from Gasolina that they use in Gasolina. Gasolina. How about this one? Impeach the president? What the? Iconic eighths. I know this one. This one is a standard, very well-known beat. 12 divided by 8. 1.5. Shuffle. This is like some Elvis Presley kind of stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll stick with this one. No, it feels a bit too fast for my kind of song, right? Maybe we, instead of doing this like every beat, you can spread it out, okay? So like this stuff can go here. Oh, would that be too slow? Would that be too slow then? If it was like this instead. I made it 4x. What? 4x like the trading? You guys see there's a 4x anime? What's that about? You're probably just about to mention that. What I just wrote was good though. Is it not too fast though? Alright, what does this sound like? Oh wait, I copied the wrong thing. Hold on. This thing... Nope. Oh, that's what the issue is. I've been copying the wrong thing. Oh, what I have now, I see. Yes. Yeah, I think, okay, this is more in line with the beat that I have. The rhythm. It's a little bit boring, but maybe that's fine. But what if I had 2 of these? What if there were 2 of these? Tua. That's a bit more interesting. But it is also very similar to what I just started with at the very beginning of this. It's just instead of this, it's this. I can add snare hits, but the ones I have now are basically required. What is a snare? Oh, this one. I have that one. You'll hear it in everything. What if I use snare drum 2? Snare drum 1? They pretty much sound the same. Snare drum 3. I don't know. You can add snare hits, but where would I add them now? Here? What about here? What about there? What if I just did this? Whoa, whoa, what if I did that? What if I added one here? Wait, that sounds kind of nice. Hold on. Hold on 1 second there. What if I did this? That's something, right? But what is it? It's something, but what is it? I don't know. Alright, what kind of genre would you say this music is? Wolfie-core? Is this Wolfie-core? What is this? Is this happy hardcore, but bad? Okay, we have something, right? There's something here. And then we just duplicate it with some differences. Copy everything. Happy softcore. Sad. All right, what do we change in this next one? Okay, well, we can keep the beginning, and then maybe like, let's see, we were using this one, right? Yes. All right, what do we change here? We can make, maybe instead of going down here, we can go, what was this on? This was on the 6th. So the 6th can go up, maybe this goes up. Maybe it goes up and then back down. Instead of going down, up, maybe it goes up, down. So here you can go to perhaps 6. You could add an auxiliary note, one of those passing notes that goes up from 3. Sorry, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. And then maybe you play another 6. And then you go down from 6 down to 4. And then 4 goes into the next one. But then maybe instead of going down here, you can go... Okay, maybe this one. What is this one? This one is... What was our... What was our thing? What am I talking about? Okay, this is 4. So instead of being here, it could go from 2. And then instead of it being here, well, let's just hear what this sounds like. Okay, this thing here sounds weird. Always an option to leave some space. Yeah, that is the thing. We could simply remove some of this, and then we could make the second melody more active. You could also simply delete various notes. True. Sometimes less is more. And they can go back down. And then maybe instead of there, it's here. And maybe instead of there, it's here. Yes. See, you can play the same note. Sometimes you gotta play the same note. I like this. I like whatever this thing is, I like that. Okay, and then we adjust the second melody. Okay, so this one we've added some empty space up here. So we could fill this perhaps with some more energy. Maybe this goes like up here. And then and what? And then this one. What if we had this one go? What if we added another thing here, another passing note? Wait, what's going on here? What is that? Oh, because this is spaced weirdly. Was that like that in the previous one? Why is this here instead of here? Did I want it like this? What the heck? What did it look like? Oh, I didn't have anything there. Okay. That's what it was. Okay, I added that new. That's a new thing that I added. Okay, And then maybe instead of going down, you can have it stay up here. But then instead of ending here, you could bring it down to, is that the 4th? Okay, let's go back down to 4. All right. It goes here, this one goes up, goes here, and then it goes down. Is this the same? Okay, so all of this is the same. What if I change this up? Instead of going like here to down here, what if this thing went here? And then we had like maybe it goes up and then down. So this is the first pattern. Oh, hold on, something here is weird. This should be here. And then maybe instead of here, maybe it could be there? No. Hold on. That doesn't sound as good. Welcome, Props Not Jack. I think there's too much like up and down movement. Maybe this is not good. Not about the notes you play. Sometimes the notes you don't play, I would never play any notes. Leave it blank. No. No, you're right. Maybe that's the thing I do. Is that the first bar, the first pattern, we had too much stuff. And now we have to have no stuff. Yes. Yeah, maybe that is the answer. Maybe you just have nothing. No, but like up here we got nothing though. We already have nothing. We have nothing at home. It's literally right there. What if we did this here? just one little something. No, wait, hold on. What's wrong with this? Why does this sound weird? Oh, because it's moving. Wait, hold on. It goes here and there. It goes from 4. Why do I have a 1 here? Was that there before? That was there. Wait, but this is the same as what I had last time. One thing I find when I create is I keep adding stuff with wild abandon. Me when I abandon everything. True. I'm on a 4 chord. What chord is this one? This one is in fact 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5 chord. Look very cute on the piano today. Thank you. Also, what the heck? You're awake at 7:20 p.m. Eastern time? Don't you have work tomorrow? You're playing League of Legends or something? But thank you. Thank you for your kind words. This guy right here. Can't sleep? No. You gotta subconsciously manifest a dream about me composing music. And then in that dream, I give you $20. And you're like, whoa, dude. $20? No way. And then you wake up and it's not real. Those $20 never existed. They're not real at all. Little piano player, so true. It's gonna give me money. No. It's not real. What do I do? What do I do with this? Why is my voice dead? Like, this is the same as it was. Maybe it's fine. You know, the rest of it is different enough. And maybe it's fine if those are the same. Everyone in chat subscribe to Vacuously right now. Please, please, you gotta. Wolfie, no dollar sign. Do you see that Choco also went straight to karaoke? What? She's streaming right now? She's doing karaoke? Is she streaming Choco Jacks? Is she live? I don't know. Oh, she's streaming on her alt? Bro, she's streaming on her alt account? She's doing karaoke on her alt account? That's absurd. Why would people miss out on content, though? What if people were like, I would love to see her sing Ocean Man? Was he all Kook Jacks? Right there. No, now she's gonna leave my stream to watch Choco Jacks. Streaming no game. The main channel. Why would she deprive her viewers of some karaoke content? I can't believe it. And it's not even archived, right? Doesn't she not archive her alt account streams? No one would even see her sing Ocean Man or Hotel California or Pokemon to be a Master or Pokemon Season 1 opening theme, or what else does he normally sing? The other songs that she sings. Those are the staples though. Those are the songs that she usually sings. Tequila, does she? I don't think she does. Does she sing Tequila? I don't know. I'm gonna open the chat right now. Oh, she's literally singing Ocean Man right now. Holy. So predictable. That Choco Jacks literally singing Ocean Man at this exact moment. Well, check this out. No, now everyone's gone. Everyone's like, I can't watch Wolfie stream. Now that I know Choco Jacks is doing karaoke, I gotta check that out, because there will be no VOD. Oh, this sounds nice though. Who up oceaning they, man? So true. The crust of the tan man. You know, I never really paid attention to the lyrics of Ocean Man until Choco Jack suggested Vacuously sing it today, and she sang it, and it's like, man, what are these words? The crust of the land, the crust of the tan man, of the childlike man. What are they saying? Well, anyway, this is this song. So these are the first two patterns. And then we could maybe add a third pattern that has some similarities and some differences. Now this is where I get stuck, because like I spend so much time on the first two that I'm like, what do I do in the third one? The third one needs to sound like different enough, but like not so different. It has to have some similarities. But like how? But how? I'm gonna listen to Choco Jacks at 1% volume. I'm gonna clap. I'm gonna post clap in the chat. Alright. Now what? What do I do for the third pattern? What am I doing here? Ocean Man 10 hours. Welcome Zuja, hello, hello. Hey, that's a Choco Jacks viewer. I've advertised in the Choco Jacks channel. I can't believe this. I'm stealing her viewers now. What if I compose the song that she's singing right now? Country Road. What are the Country Roads chords? What if I compose? No, I have to finish this song. What do I do in this song? Alright, if you were making this song, how would you do the third pattern? It has to be drastically different. Or not drastically, it has to have some similarities and some differences. Okay, what if I copy everything and then I paste it? One thing that's fun is take something from the first I can't read. First part and stretch. Okay. What if we simply... No, but wouldn't that be too similar to like the first two? Like, doesn't the third one usually need to be like a little bit varied? Horizontal and or vertical. Let's flip it. Like, I could... I feel like it needs to be different enough, though. It's gotta be, like, pretty different. So, like, what about a totally different... this? None of this stuff is the same. Maybe, okay, maybe I keep, like these the same. And then this can be pick 3 or 4 notes and stretch or squeeze. Like, if I were to do... I'm just gonna make it totally different. And maybe that does something. Perhaps something. Okay, make sure, what did I do in the first? Okay, the first one we had nothing here, so we can go crazy here. What if we did like go 3? What if we did a strange rhythm? No. We can go 1 3 1 3 2 3, and then maybe from the 3 we can go to 5 and then back down to 3, and then now we're on chord 4. No, that's 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Chord 5. So then in chord 5 we can go start at 5, and then maybe from 5 you could simply do nothing. Yeah, this time chord 5 we do nothing. Or sorry, in this third thing we do nothing. And then after we do nothing, we can go down. No, 5. We can go up to 7, or down, maybe down to the previous 7. Didn't we do that previously? No, we didn't. We go down to this 7, and then up to here. Right, and then now we are in chord number 6. We are in 6, so maybe you can go up here, and then maybe add a passing note here, 6, and then maybe 6 you continue to go up. You can continue, you can go from 6 up to 1, and then maybe you just continue going. Maybe you just go all the way up, maybe like 1, and then 1, you can even go up to the next 3. Isn't that crazy? Bro, he must be stopped. He's doing too much. And then after you get up to that 3, oh, but now the 3, yeah, the 3 is here. And then maybe you play another one of these. No, then you start going back down, okay? You go down, maybe add a passing note. Is this too much? This feels like a bit too much. Can you go to quick sample? Hold on. Let me play what I have. Here's the whole song. It's going. That sounds alright. Okay, hold on. What I had there, this thing sounds alright. We could add more of these. Okay, so we can go down to here. And then from here, we can go, what is this one? This is chord number 4. So 4 is here. Maybe 4, you go down to 2. And then from 2, you can go down to 7. 2, 7. Go down 2, 7. 7, and then you can go back up. Ooh, okay, you can go here. And then maybe there. And then this again. Welcome Sterlina, Walfa. That's me. Let's listen to this. Pattern 1. Pattern 2. This is weird. Oh, because it's not aligned. It's not even on a half note interval. The question is there too much stepwise movement here? Maybe it's fine. There's like a lot of... Maybe, okay, so we have a bunch of stepwise movement here. What if from this stepwise movement, we make some big jumps? Welcome Snackerwave. Hope you're having a nice stream. Thank you. Thank you. Flows like the ocean man, the crust of the tan man, the man by the sand. We could make some bigger jumps here, right? Ocean man. I'm gonna assume you're watching on mobile vacuously. I would assume you did not just turn on your PC to watch multiple streams. Okay, we got, let's see. You can jump up. What chord is this on? This is chord 4. So you can jump up from here to maybe up to 6. Mobile viewers are cool and epic. So true. Anyone else watching on mobile right now? Any mobiles out there? Mobiles, if you will. Go here. You can go back down to here. I'm more of an immobile viewer. This guy's so immobile. I am mobile. All right, now that we've done this stuff at the top, what if we can change the second melody? I'm usually on mobile around now, but I spent more time at home today than usual. Yeah, it makes sense given all the snow outside. I'm kind of like, I could submit a request to not go to the office tomorrow. I think it would be reasonable given all the snow and transport would be annoying. I might just work from home tomorrow. Are Wolfes still a thing? I mean, I'm lying when I say this. I haven't seen them much since 2015. I don't know. I'm sure people are probably still using it. And by that, I assume you mean create.swf. Would you ever enable chatting on YouTube? No, because I would have to moderate 2 chats. And barely anyone watches on YouTube. Snowden, like from Undertale? The had a documentary made about it, big in Latin America. Toho? Wolf's Toho? A documentary? How many views does it have? Billions? It's big in Latin America. No, I know that. I didn't know that until like a long time ago. Don't you remember? No, what, a documentary? The one where you declined, was that a big thing? The documentary? Wolf's documentary? Moving over to watch you on YouTube. Goodbye for... No, now she can't chat. Now she will never be able to chat. Was that a big video? Look at SWF documentary. They had a talk on it at some Toho convention. YouTube.com/watch/this. Do I want to click it though? If I click it, it'll go in my watch history. Copy. Let me open this in an incognito window. It's probably going to start out really loud. The history of Wolf's. 17K views. Holy. Did he mention that I declined to interview? Wow. Someone made a whole video on this. With fighting games in the background. Oh, that's cool. No idea. Never watched it. Yeah, I don't know. Is it a different person? There's multiple people. It's well known. The Wolfie situation is crazy, guys. Yeah, why is Vac watching on YouTube? I guess it is maybe a better viewing experience than Twitch on mobile. Twitch on mobile is very buggy. You guys know that Vac changed her changed her emote pattern, and then like on Twitch mobile, they do not update your most recently used emotes. So sometimes I'll like click on something and it will use the old emotes. Trust YouTube sleep time. Oh, I see. I've not really used sleep timers in apps that often. But wouldn't it be really distracting when I play music and it's like really loud buzzing noises? They briefly show your Twitter saying he is now doing other things. True. Absolutely not unless you have YouTube Premium. YouTube's watching experience is worse. Well, I have Premium, so... yes. How mobile they do, sleep timer. Yeah. Yeah. I assumed it was not a LATAM person who made that video you linked. I don't know, it probably is. You just don't know. Need to watch the history of Wolfie with my breakfast tomorrow. Wolfie. No, I don't want to search my name on YouTube. Imagine if I just search Wolfie. No. Would never. No, there's an article. You can read the Nico video dictionary article. You can read the Korean wiki article that they wrote about me. What's it called? What's that website? I don't even remember. There's something there. Refuse to ego search. Ego surf. I don't want to know what people are saying about me. Yeah, this guy, I can't believe, what's he doing? What is he doing now, man? He used to do this stuff and now he's doing this. Alright, we're going... What do we do for this one? Go from here. Viewers do it for him. Yeah, you search for me. You tell me only the good things, okay? Not the bad things. No one would say mean things. Yeah, only vacuously would do that. Regular other people, no way. Do they know? They don't know. What do they know? What do they not know? Tag searching Hamflow on 4chan? Oh, Tag Barrel. Tag Barrel storage. Why would he do that? Why would he go on that website to search for Hamflow? And then find out that they're talking about him. That's crazy. Alright, what do I do with this this melody? Alright, so let's just delete this stuff. Was I around when that happened? I've heard him talk about it. That they described him as like a Karagi orbiter or something. He's always saying that. No, yeah, only Vac can say mean things about me. It's stuck in my brain. The brain worms? Worms in your brain? I'm not happy. That's illogical. It makes sense. Oh, Vac, if you can't sleep, you should listen to the Headspace sleepcasts. I do that. That's a good one. I would recommend. There's one. There's some for free. Look at this. We got Rain Day Antiques. That's a good one. 4.9 million views. You should listen to Rain Day Antiques from Headspace. Full sleepcast for free from Headspace. What's it about? These are just like bedtime stories for adults. They're just like, oh, they describe like a store and they're like, oh, this guy is opened a store and in the store he sells this stuff. And they play rain sounds and other stuff. And they're like, oh yes, he has a leather antique hippo. You might wonder what the hippo's called. You might call him George. I guess I'll stop watching the stream. No. You can stop watching the stream in like 15 minutes. Or whenever you fall asleep. Well, if he's so fishing pill, he's casting in his sleep. He's casting magic. You ever watch Joe Pera talks you to sleep? I don't know who that is. Joe Pera? What is this? Shorts are remixing this video. Bible study plus prayer? What the? But yeah, the difference between Headspace Sleepcast in the app versus on YouTube is that they randomize it in the app. Right? Because if you listen to the same audio every day, you're like, you get to predict it. You're like, okay, so in this part, he says this, which means I'm 30 minutes in. He said this, that means I'm 15 minutes in. And it kind of distracts you. In the app, it's like a roguelike. They randomize the elements. He's a comedian. His bit is about his being 30 years old but having the personality of a man from the 20s. Isn't that all people in their 30s? We get a 15-minute karaoke segment. No. You could check my Vine. Can we remember my Vine? Anyone remember Vine? I have some karaoke on there. Some 6-second karaoke segments. Alright, good night, Zuja. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching this stream instead of ChocoJax. I stole a viewer from ChocoJax. I mean, you could be watching both. You're probably watching both. Also, welcome, Snake. Do it for the Vine. Wolfie clears. Whoa. You can't insult Choco like that. She's trying her best. She's literally singing My Way right now. I'm in my 30s acting like I'm from the 20s. Oh, the 2020s. One good method for second melodies is to make them go in vaguely opposite directions. True. This one's going up and this could go down. I'll even the playing field. No. No, she's gonna stop watching my stream. Can't believe this. I guess I could do that. I could have this one. This one's going up. And then this could go down. So let's say this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could go up to this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it could go down. So instead of going up, it goes down. She'll miss the 450 channel points from the raid. No. What about raid Shadow Legends? Alright, and then this one could go up. This one could start from 5. Wait, wait, this goes up. This could go down. Right, it could go 5, 3, 1. And then it could even go down to 6. And then go back up. Right, this one here is a, was that a 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 can go back up here. Right, so it goes down, and then this thing could go back down again. Or what if it stays here? What is this one? This one is also a 5. And then it goes there. But then what if we, then it's just going like this? Then we can add stepwise motion. Right, this thing is 6. So then it can go, okay, it can go down to this 6. But is this not kind of boring though? It's just going like this. But maybe that's fine. Maybe it's fine if it does that. Now we can add some notes in between. It could go like this. It could go like this. It can go like this. And then maybe it could also go like that. And then what? Then it goes here. It goes up here. But then instead of being there, what if so this is a 6. It goes up to the 1. What if it goes up to the 3? Right, and then after the 3, it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is conveniently right here. And then from here it could like slow down. It goes from here and then it goes, I believe it goes back down to 1. So we should approach 1. Could go to maybe 4, could go to 2. Alright, let's listen to the full thing. I just realized I've not been playing music because I was listening to Togo Jacks in the background. I realized I did not have background music playing. That's fine. What does this sound like? Whoa. Wait, that sounds good. You hear that? That sounds pretty good. I like this melody. Wait, let's go back to that. Whoa. He's cooking. He's literally cooking. Bam. In some parts, it kind of sounds like Canon in D. Canon in D's. Oh. Although, actually, maybe this part up here, this part could be a bit different. This is the sound of that one game that defined your childhood. Yo, is this freaking Vacuous Sugar Quest? No way. Bro, is this Mole Mania? Anyone play Mole Mania? That was a good game. Good game. Mole Mania. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 4 is here. So this one ends on a 3 despite being... Why did I end on a 3? This is a 4 chord. What is he doing? It's 1001. Is this 600 games in one? What, like 100 of them are the same? Repetition of that little motive helps it work. Wait, which motive? This thing at the end? I think this jump is kind of a lot. I mean, I did add this because I wanted more. I did want more conjunct movement, right? I've been thinking of playing all 51 games from Clubhouse Games 51. No way. That's so many. The rhythm repeats with steps. That's a motive. Oh, this? Like this? Maybe I can keep this like here. That's a motive. What is music motive? What is a motive? Oh, it's just in the. Is it the same as motif? Music motive. On the counter melody. I see. I think this jump is too much. What if we had this go down here? Alright, let's play the whole thing. Wow. That does sound weird. Yeah, I like that suggestion. Having, like, this goes up, this goes down. Good one. That's a good one. I'll keep that in mind for future compositions. It's good. Wow. Although I don't know if it's like very memorable though. I guess like this is something. Maybe this is no, because like this part's not memorable. This stuff though. You think this one is too different though? No, this is okay. So this has the same begin. So this is like the main part of the song. This right here. Yeah, this is the defining part of the song. Dude, do 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 do. Well, I do feel like the second melody here is a bit better than what's going on up here. What if I made these longer notes? Because like this is kind of just like beeping along. What if I extended one of these? So it's a short 25% pulse. If I made it just a regular. No, maybe not. Maybe we just keep it the way it is. Well, I guess that's it though. That is all the time I have left for today. And listen to the full song. I guess there's still more to add. It's not the full song because Need maybe a fourth pattern. But that's something. Make bad apple? I don't think I will. I would only make good apple. I would never make a bad apple. Well, this is it. When would you use this song? I don't know. when would this song play? Like what context would this song even exist in? Like a town theme? Grassy fields, maybe a shop? Looking out clouds? Ice cream truck? Ice cream truck song? Oh. That's something. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. And now I will shut down and raid someone. Now, given that I've been listening to ChocoJax's stream in the background, I might just raid Choco. Chiyoko. Well, let's see what day it is. Sorry, not Choco. Kook. KookJax. Shut down. No, no. What day? What day should today be? Community Manager Appreciation Day. Bible Day. Australia Day. Spouse Day. Bubble Wrap Appreciation. That's a good one. Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. Bible Day. Any songs? None of these are songs. Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day. What is a relevant emote that I have? I don't know. But wait, what if there's someone else streaming? I did say I would rate Choco, but what if there was someone else that's streaming? I mean, obviously there's people streaming, but who? No, I'm just gonna rate Choco. KookJax / raid. There. Yeah, punching. True, true. It's right there. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I should be back on Wednesday with something. I don't know what it will be, but it'll be something. So, look out for that. Thanks for watching. Vancuously, thanks for sticking around and watching the stream when you can't sleep. And I hope you're able to sleep soon. You could listen to the sleepcast. Go to sleep, babe. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, that's it. And now I sit here for several seconds while I wait for the raid to go. Whoa, hey, whoa, you can't say that. That's right, several seconds. Sitting here for several seconds. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. No, the countdown's not even going. Why is this raid countdown so long? I usually stop talking when the countdown... Okay, now I'm gonna stop talking. Goodbye. See ya.